How's it going, guys? Another video from me. This time going over the Traptrix cards. Now, I wanted to go over these cards just because, they might be terrible, they might be unplayable, and if you're just interested in Traptrix, please just skip like a minute or two forward because I'm just gonna reminisce a little. So, my memory of Traptrix, people tried playing them at that YCS Atlanta. I think that was the last E-ban list we've ever gotten. Was when people were incorporating this with the Cyber Infinity End Dragon, and they're playing it in the Pendulum deck. I thought it was terrible during that format. And if you go retro, if you ever want to play that retro format for a 1YCS broken tournament, it was probably one of my favorite events to play in that I've ever had. And also at that YCS, I said I was going to quit Yu-Gi-Oh! If I didn't top, and I topped my first YCS. And, that was a big deal to me, but I didn't play these cards. If Billy Brake played this, I remember he had a 45 card list with this deck. I also remember, rest in peace to Corey. Um, he won nationals with this deck, which was like insanely impressive for a Magic player to win a Yu-Gi-Oh event. Because I've seen Yu-Gi-Oh players have success in Magic, but I haven't really seen Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic players be consistent in Yu-Gi-Oh. So that was something cool to see. And I remember even YCS, I got 33rd. It was my first YCS ever. The Traptrix trap shot up like $20 to $30, and it was crazy how broken it was in the Gear Gia deck for the Gear Gia hat matchup. So that's all. I just wanted to get a little Yu-Gi-Oh history. If you know me, I love Yu-Gi-Oh history. I'm planning on doing a video where I just go over the top 10 feature matches of all time. So I've been doing a lot of digging for that. But I just thought it'd be cool to just like talk about, like, reminisce a little bit. But let's go over these cards. One by one effect by one effect. So you can only use the second or third effect, and third of this card's name each once per turn. This card so it's unaffected by trap effects and activated effects from any other monsters with the same type as any of those materials. So this card with material is unaffected by trap effects and by activated effects from any other monster with the same type as any. Oh, so it's literally unaffected by, if its materials fire, it's unaffected by fires. If its materials earth, it's unaffected by earths. So that's pretty cool. Little bonus that we don't really see often through the Traptrix monsters, or at least what I remember, Rafflesia, right? They're usually just unaffected by traps. So that's a bonus. You can detach one material from this card, add one Traptrix monster from your deck to your hand. Not the coolest effect. I mean, they do have an Alistair, but, I think it's good for the archetype, right? If a monster that is owned by your opponent is sent to the graveyard or banished by card effects, you can attach one of them to this card as material. So, kind of a cute thing that when you're playing against a deck, you can take whatever material they play, and chances are most of their archetype is going to match with the material of that monster. So if I take a tier element, chances are most of the monsters are dark, which they are in the tier element archetype. So I think this card's all right. I like that it's a plant too. The Traptrix being plants, maybe you could do something cute with the Rika deck. So another monster that's new, Traptrix Arkankampa. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. Also, quick shout out to Carlancho store. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm not sponsored by the store at all. This is literally just where I go for any info ever that I've ever done on Yu-Gi-Oh through my videos. It's usually this or Yu-Gi-Oh organization, but Carlancho always puts it in like such a nice package, and they always give credit. So shout out to them. So during the main phase, if you control a Traptrix monster, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except insect and plant monsters. So the Traptrix monsters, but Rika also has the same condition. So if you summon this before you enter the plant condition, maybe it could be a cool combo. Unaffected by the effects of whole normal traps. I don't know why they include this, but it would be relevant in a mirror match. The first time each set card in your spell and trap would be destroyed by a card effect, each turn it is not destroyed. So kind of cute. Definitely just the best part about it is it just specials itself. That it's a really strong condition for a new card. Oh, so they get a link. That's pretty sweet. Traptrix, Tippus. 2+ monsters, including a plant or insect monster. So only one is necessary. This link summon card is unaffected by trap effects. 1800 attack. Traptrix monsters you control gain 1000 attack while you have a normal trap in your graveyard. So chances are it's going to be 2800 unless they go like normal summon and just battle phase. And you're playing the mirror where your stuff's not unaffected, but you could still activate it probably, and it just won't be affected to get that boost. Once per turn, you can target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of insect and plant monsters you control. Negate their effects until the end of the turn. Then you can banish one normal trap from your graveyard, and if you do, destroy one of those targeted cards. So you target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of insect and plant type monsters, which they all are, and negate their effects until the end of the turn, so, up to 6 with your link. Then you can banish one normal trap from your graveyard, and if you do, destroy one of the targeted cards. So you can negate and destroy, so he is an insect, so going back to that Rika thing, he is an insect. I think that effect's pretty good, honestly. It'd be cooler if he had another broken effect for the archetype, but I think that's a really strong link. However, he is a link 3, which I didn't notice at first. So being a link 3 is really weird. Delusion trap hole, so we get a new trap hole. That's pretty cool. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn, so it's a hard once per turn. If your opponent special summoned a monster this turn, well, actually, it's not a hard once per turn technically, because you could use like a Rafflesia to activate it from your deck, and also activate it, right? If your opponent special summoned a monster this turn, target one monster they control with 2000 more attack, destroy it. Then if you have a whole normal trap in your graveyard, you can banish one monster from your opponent's graveyard. That's actually a really strong trap, I think, because, traps really require having 2 effects now with, like, the Dogmatica punishment. It sends Natis, so you're popping 2. Ice Dragon's Prison, you're getting rid of a card in the graveyard, and you're banishing one. But this is a trap hole card, which, fits the archetype. I think this card's pretty strong and good for the archetype. However, the way it's worded, it's like, you could definitely play your other trap hole, and then, just play this end phase, so I think that's really neat for trap holes. And then we just have the guaranteed cards. So little reprints here. I think this is probably the coolest reprint, the Nichiria Seed, because I know this card is is like $5. So, and I literally just know that because I just looked it up like before the set even came out. So this rare is like $5 on eBay. That wasn't on TCG Player. So that's a cool reprint. Lone Fire reprint. The Void Trap Hole. This was the card I was talking about earlier from back in the day. Let me know if you remember. $20 card. Then we got Floodgate Trap Hole, which I know from Duel Links, and then we got another Traptrix reprint. So that's all. Let me know what you think of this new set. If you enjoyed the reminiscing, have a good one.